Before we get started with our last two pen variations, I wanted to show you I did have some rub and buff, and it's important because this pen, you can't see the engraving at all, and it's not just because of my lighting. It's because it's dark on dark, so I want to show you the magic of rub and buff. It will make a huge difference. I've already applied it, even though I loved the gunmetal gray. This came out even better with the rub and buff, and this one too, and even the lighter colored came out great with the rub and buff. So I want to show it to you as we get started here. It takes just a tiny bit. This is something that if you get too heavy-handed with it, it makes your job worse, not easier. Take just a tiny bit, like literally that little bit on that little tiny piece of paper towel, and hold your pen better than I am and rub into the grooves. And I'm going to seal this with clear sealer, probably a light coat of polyacrylic spray. Then I'm going to throw that bit away because I don't want anything to do with it anymore once I start cleaning up. So then you buff away the excess. And it takes a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of rubbing. I'm going to get one of my paper towels over here and really rub, rub, rub. A dry rub is better than a damp one, so be careful about using something that's a little bit damp. It doesn't do as well. And that's why it's called rub and buff, because you have to buff away the extra. You rub it in and buff it away. I'm almost done with this. I still need some tweaking, but you can see it so much better. The name is on there so much more clearly that you can read it much better. So definitely get some rub and buff. It comes in lots of colors. It's not expensive. It looks like this, or in little tubs, almost like little lip gloss pots is kind of what it looks like. So I wanted to show you that before we go on to our next and last two variations of how to fill pens, besides all the creative things that you're going to come up with. I know you all are filled with lots of talented ideas, and I can't wait to see what you have. But I just wanted to show you the rub and buff made a big difference, and I was really pleased with how it came out. Okay, so on our last two pens, this is where I'm going to go with the glow in the dark and the thermochromic powders. First, I'm going to do glow in the dark, and I've got my little silicone mixing pot here. I've got my pen barrel. I've got some little blue gems that look like diamonds, some shiny silver. This is going to be the bottom half of this pen. And I've got blue, sky blue glow in the dark powder. All of these things can be found in the links part of the comments below, as well as at my post at kimsdiytribe.com. I'm going to put a generous scoop in here because I really want it to glow. And I think that's the fun part of when you're making something glow, it should really glow. And then I want to add a few of my gems. I'm going to mix them in. They look like little diamonds. It's a lot of fun. And then some super Art Institute glitter. It's called Sci-Fi Shiny Silver, because glow in the dark is kind of sci-fi, right? Kind of an alien pen. Think of all the cute themes for Christmas or Halloween that you could do for kids or special occasions, weddings. Okay, there goes the mineral oil. And then I'm going to go give it a stir to incorporate that glow-in-the-dark powder, which will make it a little bit cloudier than our other pens. It won't be as clear, but wait till you turn the lights off. Then it'll be like, boom. All right. And here again, you could put some alcohol ink in here or some Pearl X pigment powder. Let's try some. I have a little bit of blue we could put in there. I don't want to overwhelm it though. Maybe not. I'll skip it. I will show you regular Pearl X pigment powders could be added just like alcohol ink, but I don't want to overwhelm the color and make it a solid blue pen. That wouldn't be that interesting. I'm going to undo the stopper, being careful of that silver circle. And I'm going to pour this in If I had had matching blue glitter, I would have put that in, but I don't really have anything matching. Mine is all kind of in the teal. Now, this is where I'm going to spoon in some of those inclusions, because since they're heavy, they stick to the bottom. And I'm going to scoop them up and put them in our pen barrel. And that looks just about right. I'm going to give it a poke here to poke those inclusions in to make sure I don't have any air bubbles in there. I did, because see, I don't know if you can tell, the level went down quite a bit. So there was definitely a big old air bubble under there. And that makes it not look, you need some air, a little bit of an air bubble's fine, but you don't want a big giant air bubble because that makes the pen kind of look trapped, like it traps all the heavy stuff in one end and the lighter stuff in another. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pour just a little bit more of our mineral oil in there with the glow-in-the-dark powder, and I'll get you a picture of that. Remember about our cleanup, I use alcohol, rubbing alcohol, to clean up all the residue. And I kind of poke it in just a little bit because I want my stopper to really have a good tight seal. Nobody wants a pen leaking mineral oil in their pocket or purse or anywhere. Okay. Now I'm going to put the stopper in. Okay. Now, if I'm giving it to somebody, I would probably glue it. There goes one of my bubbles to push around the stones. A bubble or two is nice because it kind of helps the inclusions and the glitter and everything travel. So I wouldn't be concerned about that. Now, I'm going to push this on, and I'm going to charge it for just a few seconds here under our light. And then I'm going to turn off the light, and we'll see how much glow we can get. I may have to go to a darker room because I have a big window here. So I'm going to charge it up, and I'll be back with you in just a minute so that you can see the glow effect. Okay, here we are in the darkest room of my house, charging this glow-in-the-dark fillable pen. I thought how cute it would be to engrave it with "The Truth Is Out There" for an X-Files fan, or a Stranger Things fan, or an E.T. fan, E.T. Phone Home, along with their name on it. You could customize this a multitude of ways. I'm going to get ready. These are the lights that you saw in my pumpkin engraving video that I love so much. They're super powerful USB rechargeable lights. I use them for so many things. But I'm going to turn this out. Whoop, almost turned it out. All right, and now we're going to shut off the light. And there it is. That is our glowing, glow-in-the-dark fillable pen. Okay, so are you ready for our last variation on the fillable pens? Although I know you all will come up with lots of amazing ideas that I haven't even shared, and I can't wait to see them. This last one is going to involve this kind of gold barreled pen and gold leafing, copper leafing, even a little bit of silver and rainbow leafing, and a polychromic powder. That means it's UV sensitive. In the sunlight, it will change color. This particular color is supposed to turn blue. They all start out kind of whitish like this. And so here I am with my leafing in my cup, and I'm going to put the polychromic color changing powder, which is, like I said, UV sensitive. The sun's gone down, but I'm going to show it to you in my UV lamp so that you can see the full effect. I put 2 little scoops in there. We're going to mix it with our mineral oil just like we have previously. It doesn't take much, it's a small capsule. Then we're gonna stir in our inclusions, which are the leafing and this powder. And you really wanna work this powder till it's emulsified almost into that oil, because you don't want solid clumps of it. And notice I'm working on paper so that I don't get this oil all over my work surface, because I do a lot of other crafting that I don't want oil to be mixed in with. So I always have this protective mat and silicone cups or plastic cups and paper towels, all that good stuff to work with to help keep my workspace tidy. There's nothing like getting halfway through and almost being done with a project to find out that you kind of screwed it up by contaminating it with something from a previous project. All right, so this powder is definitely clumpy, so I'm definitely going to take the time and really work it down. These powders you might have seen in those bookmarks that I made, the craft your own bookmarks. Kids love this stuff because it's so magical to think you can take it out in the sun and it changes color. I like to use it with paint and do like sneakers or t-shirts, hair combs, hats. Anything that you're going to be exposed to the sun is a perfect use for these polychromic powders. All right, that looks much better. Now we're going to pour it into our pen barrel. We'll pour it in and see how the inclusions go, and if they don't go well, then I scoop them in. But this is going pretty fluidly because it's leafing. And notice it's cloudy. You're not going to see the leafing as well as you would in, say, just clear mineral oil, because that would be a pretty effect on a gold-barreled pen. That would look really nice. But in this, it's just going to look kind of cloudy because of the way the polychromic powders are kind of opaque. I wish they could get those a little bit more clear. And of course, you could use Pearl-Ex pigment powder or alcohol inks to add or color this a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna put my stopper in and put the barrel on here. All right, and you can kind of see this fall color in here of the leafing. Now I'm gonna get out my UV lamp so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. Here is our polychromic pen before we put it in the UV light. I'm going to go slow for those of you that are like me and get motion sick with the video. We're going to put it in this UV light. It's like the ones that you see at the nail salon for curing gel coat because it's kind of a UV resin. As you can see, the pen is starting to turn blue in this UV light, which mimics sunlight. Out in the sun, it will stay this color blue the whole time you use it, and the minute you leave the sunshine and put it in your purse or your pocket or in some other location away from the sun, it will turn back to that cloudy, kind of opaque color. But you can see it's kind of a royal blue. I'm turning it around in the light to let it really get its full color change. It just takes seconds. And we're gonna pull it out and I'm gonna show you how quickly it'll go back. There it is, royal blue, and it's starting to change right before your eyes. That's pretty amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and show me your pens. Okay, here we are in the darkest room of my house, charging this glow-in-the-dark fillable pen. I thought how cute it would be to engrave it with "The Truth Is Out There" for an X-Files fan, or a Stranger Things fan, or an E.T. fan, E.T. Phone Home, along with their name on it. You could customize this a multitude of ways. I'm going to get ready. These are the lights that you saw in my pumpkin engraving video that I love so much. They're super powerful USB rechargeable lights. I use them for so many things. But I'm going to turn this out. Whoop, almost turn it out. All right, and now we're going to shut off the light. And there it is. That is our glowing, glow-in-the-dark fillable pen.